she built a business on top of it, using my property. That night, I made a decision. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I prepared. The next morning, before sunrise, I closed the main entrance, locked it. Then I walked the perimeter and blocked every informal access point from the HOA side. Temporary fencing, clear signage, private property, unauthorized entry prohibited. Then I waited. It didn't take long. By mid-morning, Karen showed up angry. "What is this?" She demanded my property. I said, "You're blocking access." "Yes, we have scheduled tree sales." I looked at her. "No, you don't." She tried to argue, said the community had already paid, said residents were expecting access. That's when I stepped closer. "You've been selling trees that don't belong to you." She froze for a second, then tried to recover. "We organized a community event on my land." She didn't answer because she couldn't. I pulled out my phone and showed her the photos. The sign, the pricing, everything. Her expression changed. Not confident anymore. "Careful. You need to remove those signs," I said. She didn't respond, so I added something else. "I've already contacted the county." That part wasn't a bluff. Because selling goods from property you don't own, that's not HOA business. That's fraud. Within hours, county officials arrived. They inspected the property, reviewed the signs, talked to residents, and then they asked Karen a simple question. "Do you have legal permission to sell from this land?" Silence, because she didn't. And that was enough. The HOA was immediately ordered to stop all activity related to the tree sales. The signs were taken down, the event shut down, but it didn't end there. Because once the investigation started, everything came out. Payments collected from residents. No agreements with me, no legal authority, nothing. The HOA had been running an unauthorized business using private property, and Karen was behind it. The legal consequences hit hard. Refunds had to be issued. Fines were applied. And the HOA faced serious legal pressure. Several board members stepped down within weeks. And Karen resigned not long after. As for me, I reopened the farm. But this time I made something very clear. Proper entry, proper sales, everything done the right way. Families came, kids picked their trees. People actually enjoyed the experience, the way it was supposed to be. Sometimes, late in the evening, I walk through the rows of pine trees as the lights from the farm glow softly across the field. It's quiet, peaceful, exactly how it should be. And every now and then I think about what happened. Because the day Karen decided to sell my Christmas trees like they were hers, she forgot one simple thing. Ownership isn't a suggestion. And the moment you try to profit from something that isn't yours, you don't just lose control, you lose everything. Because now, they had made a mistake they couldn't undo. I didn't remove the barricades right away. Instead, I drove around them and continued on with my day. But I paid attention, because I wanted to see what Karen would do next. It didn't take long. The HOA started redirecting traffic, telling residents that the road was now regulated access. Some even believed it, using it like it was part of their system. That's when I decided it was time. That afternoon, I made a few calls. First to the county, then to my attorney, and then I made one more decision. If they wanted to control access, I would show them what control actually looks like. The next morning, before sunrise, I closed the road completely. Not just a few cones, not temporary barriers, real gates, heavy steel, installed at both ends of the road, locked, secured, and clearly marked. Private property, no entry. By mid-morning, chaos started. Cars lining up, residents confused, delivery trucks stuck, and because the HOA had been routing traffic through my road, their own street started backing up, badly. Within an hour, Karen showed up. Furious. "You can't do this," she shouted. I looked at her calmly. "Watch me. You're blocking access to our community." "No," I said. "I'm blocking access to my property." She pointed at the road. "This affects us." I nodded. "I know." That made her even angrier. "You need to open this immediately." I shook my head. "You tried to charge me for my own road. That's irrelevant." "No," I said. "It's exactly the point." By that afternoon, the situation escalated. Residents were complaining. Traffic was stuck. Emergency vehicles had to reroute because Karen had built part of their traffic flow around something she didn't control. And now, she had lost it. The county showed up soon after. They inspected everything. The road, the gates, the property lines. And then they turned to Karen. "Do you have jurisdiction over this land?" She hesitated, which was enough. Because hesitation means no. The officials made it clear. The road was private, fully within my property, and I had every legal right to restrict access. The HOA had no authority there, none, but that wasn't the worst part for them. Because the moment the county got involved, they also noticed something else. The barricades Karen had placed earlier, unauthorized, blocking private property, creating traffic hazards that turned the situation around completely. Now the HOA wasn't